Do you know, I think before I answer that question, I want to say I'm not surprised it's on number 91 because the content is really valuable. So it's not something like, I'll say it's quite shocking, but actually I did read the book and wow, it's a really good book to benefit from. And so in answering your questions about startups, I think I'm one who really believes in systems. And I want to have a system because I can follow something step by step and get there. Because I believe that when you follow something straight through as it's written, you actually eventually arrive there. And that's the base of my own success, is because I follow the system. Because I'm not that, I'll say the word, not intellectual, I'm not very academia. So I want to see something and say, tell me how to do it, and I'll follow it through, and I'll get there. So the book is one that will just, take you right from start to finish. And of course, actually another point, it's not just for startups. For my own business, I actually had to give the book to my techie and say, look, have a look. You haven't done that. Why am I not here? Why am I not doing that? So it's not just for startups. Even for actually existing businesses, it's a very valuable book.
Fantastic. Fiona, why do you think somebody should read it before starting a website?
Because it has things in it that you wouldn't even think of yourself. It has the most unexpected bits and pieces for website startups. I kept trying to catch Paula out. I kept thinking, she hasn't got there it is. There it is. Yeah, there it is. Stuff like Flash. I've never heard of Flash before. Things like, creating advertising revenue. That hadn't actually even occurred to me because I was starting a charity website. So there's just so many aspects that don't even occur to you. And mine is just covered with highlighting pens. So I just think, just read it. Don't assume you know everything. Just read it for the aspects that you haven't thought of.
And was there any one thing in particular that you particularly liked? Or either some aspect of its content or the writing style?
It is just really chatty. I did sit and read it in one sitting. I just went through it. And that for a techie book is quite extraordinary. I'm kind of, I cut my teeth as a tabloid hack. 1,000 words is a lot to me. 60,000 is phenomenal. In fact, I think it's 80,000. It's extraordinary. And to just make it flow like you do, and just one chapter just segs into another is just great.
And for you, the same thing, Caroline?
Absolutely.
They were the sort of thing. Was there any one thing in particular that you thought, well, I really do enjoy this particular aspect? You obviously learned quite a bit on the content side, but the flow and how it was written as well, you found it easy to read?
That's right. I found it easy to read, but also, for me, the greatest thing is the content, because I'm looking for certain key things that I can apply. But actually, it's written so well and easy for you to understand. It's not complicated. It's not jargon and, having to think, well, what about that? It's quite straightforward, yeah.
It was interesting earlier on, Karen said she doesn't believe it's possible now to have a business without a website. And I have to say, I'm there as well. There was a book launched recently, I think it was called something like How to Run Your Business Without a Website. And I must keep an eye on this. This is quite interesting.
That's strange.
Yeah. But what's your view on, you've got to have a website or you haven't? Is it something that really does go with business territory these days?
My view is you've got to have a website, because but the way that I look at it is, how else would somebody know about you? How else do they know you exist? And two, people will not just buy because they see that it's all glossy, the paper looks fabulous. People want to be able to go and do their own research. And how would they do a research on you? People going to check, because now we know technology, things have just gone, way that way. And it's for us to make sure, even if I'm just starting up or it's for my, my own personal use, is having something that people can reference to and check up on you.
And can I just add that even if people, the minute people hear of you, what do? They Google you, don't they?
Absolutely.
And if you don't have a website, that's a missed opportunity.
So it really is a must-have thing. Okay. And what are your experiences of this murky world of development? Do you think it really is that tricky, and that this is going to help people combat the area that they can very often be taken advantage of by these murky developers? Fiona, do you think it is a murky area?
Before I came across Paula's book, I put my ideas out to tender, and I was quoted ridiculous amounts of money, from £15,000 to £2,000. How on earth do you make a decision about that? And you just, without an in-depth knowledge of what your website requires and what it's going to tell you, what it all means, this book sets that out. Because, it's just, it's a minefield.
And have you found the same thing, Caroline? It's difficult. It's a difficult area to deal with. You don't have the expertise, and people play up on that, and this will help.
It is, that's right. Well, for myself, I got into it, and unfortunately, I paid a lot of money to get my website all sorted out. But now I know there's some things that they didn't do that I can go back and say, oh, hang on a minute, I can actually rectify those things, because now I know there's a simple understanding that there's some things that I can do to make it work.
And have you had any experience of how developers have reacted to this? So you go to them and suddenly there's a reservoir of knowledge.
That's right, I did, yes, yeah. I took the book to my techie guy and I said, well, John, we didn't do that. Do you know why? And he says, well, I've got to check up on that one, Callum, because, this is too new. And he just had every excuse for it. And I thought, got you. You just didn't do it properly. But, yeah, I have had a response.
And Fiona, you've got 2 new websites?
Yeah, not currently being worked.
Yeah, and do you think will there be any part of this book, do you think, in there as much as...
It just means that I can go to the people that are doing my book and go, and I know I can talk on their level. And I know I can use the language that they use and let them know that they can't take me for a ride.
Yeah.